Senior Special Assistant to the Governor of Kwara State on Communication. Good morning to you, sir.
Good morning, OJ. Good morning, Kwarans. I'm happy to join you once again today. Thank you very much.
Thank you. It's nice to have you here. And he's here to share important updates and also respond to some of the concerns and conversations happening among citizens, from education and infrastructure to healthcare, security, and innovation. Today promises to be another informative edition you don't want to miss. Remember, you're not just listening, you can also be a part of the conversation. If there's something you would like to ask, clarify, or contribute on the segment today, you can call in live or send a WhatsApp message to 0807 777 9927. And remember, we are live on Facebook and YouTube if you'd like to get in on the live action right here in the studio. So now let's get started on today's edition of Kwara Today. Now we're going to start off with the teachers training, the upcoming teachers training, the Universal Basic Education and Commission in partnership with, the Kwara State's Universal Basic Education Board is set to train mathematics and science teachers across the 16 local governments under the Strengthening Mathematics and Science Education Program. So can you tell us more about this training, why it's important, what teachers should expect, and how it will directly impact students' performance in classrooms?
Thank you very much. The focus of the administration has never been in doubt with regards to strengthening the basic education sector in the state. From where the governor met it in 2019, it is now crystal clear that the Kwara basic education has emerged from the backwaters to being the front runner in the country today. And the fact speaks for itself with the number of national laureates we have won and the glowing recommendations from national bodies like Universal Basic Education Board, IBEC. And then this is a continuation of our effort with regards to strengthening the quality of the education we impart across every local government in the state. Remember, the legs for building or instituting a quality education sector relies on several components. You have to talk about stable remuneration, putting critical infrastructure in place, and then recruiting quality teachers and continuous training for them to ensure that they are up to date with the global trend in education system. All of these areas, the governor has maintained consistency and has continued to set a standard. In the last 6 years, the numbers of teachers this administration has recruited is unprecedented. In fact, the number of teachers that Governor Abdulrazak has recruited is ×2 of all what former governors are recruited to the basic education sector in Kwara. And also, the schools we have renovated across the length and breadth of the state, about 1,200 schools that we have renovated, rehabilitated, or reconstructed, as the case may be, also speak for itself. So it shows that we are not leaving one part for the other. As much as we continue to put basic infrastructure in place, we employ quality teachers, we also want to continue training them so that at the end of the day, the standard is maintained for the long time. The training you are talking about is a way for the government to brush up our teachers, to get them to learn new skills and build more capacity. And when you do this, the impact will reflect on the pupils that they are teaching across the classrooms in the state. And I want to believe it is some sort of these steps that we take in the past 6 years that have led to the growing reviews we have been getting, or the prizes we have been winning back to back, whether in the national presidential debate or in representing the whole country in international competitions across the world. So I want you to know that the teachers are excited because it's a new time for them. It's a new dawn to be under a government that does not owe them their salary, that caters to the promotion as and when due, and then that now sees it due to also put them through training constantly to brush up their skills and build newer capacities. I want to believe they understand it's a new time and it's a new dawn in Kwara. And I'm happy, I'm excited for what they will learn. And now this will have effect on our pupils across the classrooms. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much for shedding light on that. Now, let's move from education to governance. The administration achieved a 90.6% budget performance in 2024 as reported and has now started the citizens' engagement sessions for the 2026 budget. I mean, I think last 2 weeks or recent weeks, the government called for feedback from the people for to include them in the 2026 budget. So now there was an engagement session for citizens, recent one in Asa. So how is the government ensuring that this process genuinely reflects the people's needs, and what makes this year's approach different from previous ones?
What you need to know first and foremost is that this is not new for us. This administration started this process as far back as 2021. When the governor came, as somebody who believes strongly in accountability, prudence, and participatory governance, he looked at the system he met and felt there was no way we could continue preparing budget and then doing whatever programs or pursuing this policy or the other and say we are doing it for the people without getting the people involved. That what was right was to ensure that right from the budget preparation process, the people own it. We talk to them, we get to know what they want, because the people at the end of the day are the one who know where the shoe pinch them the most.
Yes.
So the government goes to meet them on an annual basis right from 2021. So what we do is to hold these sessions in all the senatorial districts, in Kwara Central, Kwara South, and Kwara North. So they started with Kwara North about 2 weeks ago. The governor himself was in attendance in Bodishadu. That is Moro local government. Mm-hmm. Stakeholders from across the 5 local governments of Kwara North also converged there to speak for their different communities, representatives of the media, civil society organizations, traditional institutions, community-based organizations, and several other categories of people from different fora came to hear their views or to say their grievances, give government advice and recommendations and the governor was on ground to listen to all of them. He was there personally. And as they were talking, I'm sure it was being put on record. At the end of the day, what you see after the preparation of the budget is a budget of the people, prepared by the people. And so it was the first leg. The one you are currently referencing that ASA yesterday, that stands for Kwara Central Hone, which is the second leg of the 3-leg budget parity process that we do in Kwara. So the governor himself was also there. He was in attendance. The people trooped out. They were happy to see him also coming around to listen to what they want or some of the things that they also want him to do. In acknowledgement also of what he has done before, because he has now spent 6 years as a governor. By now, the impact of his administration has been felt large and widely, and some of the things they said they wanted him to do earlier had been done. So now is the time to go and say, okay, what other things are we looking at? So by the end of the day, when the process is completed, the government put all of this together. We put it in the budget, and then we make it our anchor point for the year 2026. And you see, some of these things are the reasons why we get what we get with regards to budget implementation. You reference that we achieved 90.6 budget performance in 2024. Yeah, it starts from things like this. And then, of course, having good people at the helms of affairs, championing our economic team, financial team as well. And then it's about the body language of the governor, the direction, the vision, and how serious he has been with ensuring that right from the first day he got sworn in for second time up to the minute that he's going to leave office inshallah, life and healthy in year 2027. We will continue to work. When you have a leader that wants to work, I mean, as a follower or as a member of the team, you obviously have no choice than to continue to work and deliver on the KPIs, because this person is going to ask you. So that's what we are currently doing. I'm sure in the next 1 week or so, the Kwara South session we also hold. We hope the governor will also be in attendance, as he has done in the two other senatorial districts, bearing any unforeseen circumstances. I'm sure the people will be better for it at the end of the day. But this is him feeling the pulse of the nation, at the pulse of the state. This is him getting feedback directly from the people, and this is him trying to make them own the government as he has always done. And that is consistency, as you may want to call it.
Thank you very much. Okay, we have a call here. Let's get this call. Hello, good morning. Hello, good morning. Thank you for calling Flow FM 92.7. What's your name and where are you calling from?
Hello.
Okay, that might be your network right there. We were hearing you, but I guess you could not hear us. Now, you mentioned...
Okay.
You mentioned Moro local government. So now, those in relating to health now, the launch of the rural emergency services and maternal transports in Moro local government is being described as a game changer for emergency maternal and newborn care. So how exactly will the service work for rural communities, and how sustainable is it long term?
The record of the administration in maternal mortality is quite clear, and it's one of the things we are most proud about, for an administration that inherited a state that was known to be having the second highest maternal mortality rate in the country, to now imagine as one with second lowest in the country today. I guess that speaks for itself. It shows where we were coming from, how the journey has been, and the progress we have made. Earlier, when people talk about maternal mortality rate, in Kwara, I'm not sure we can join the conversation, because this is a very important segment in health care services, and then we were lagging behind. We were literally overseeing deaths of pregnant mothers and children less than 5 years old, and that was not what any government, should be proud to show off. It should not even be identified with any government or any state at all. So it is why this government took it seriously, and we have turned the page. In 2019, Kwara State maternal mortality rate was 1,404 deaths per 1,000 live births, which was the second highest in Nigeria. Today, according to the latest survey by the Nigeria Demographic and Health Survey (NDHS), Kwara only recorded 2 out of 1,000 live births in child mortality data, which is the lowest in the country today. That shows that what we are doing is not elitist. It's not also centered on any single place or senatorial district. It cut across the state, as the case may be. And this data is from the rural level, rural areas, and every length and breadth of the state. And it is helped by the focus of the government in building or innovating the existing primary health care centers, which are usually domiciled in rural areas across the length and breadth of the state. And then he has also consistently recruited health workers, community health workers, nurses, and doctors to ensure that the personnel are posted to areas where they are very much necessary. And what you get with this, an improved healthcare system and an accessible one. And you also look at the fact that our healthcare system, free healthcare system, the one we run under primary healthcare development agency, is also live. In 2019, it was only on paper, it wasn't working. But today, if you go to Kwara Health Insurance Agency, now you can register at a very affordable price, whether individually or with your family, and then you get a subsidized healthcare services in whatever local government that you are. So what you get with all of these things is that access to healthcare will improve, and then also the cost of healthcare services is also made more affordable, and the increase is what you have, or the effect is what you have in reduced maternal mortality rate or improved healthcare services across the length and breadth of the state, which is part of the quality of life in any part of the world.
Yes, and talking about improved healthcare services, we've also seen the announcement of a new intensive care unit at the Kwara State University Teaching Hospital. So how significant is this for healthcare delivery?
So I'm going to take the question you asked me earlier about Okolu before we started this conversation. And I want the people to know that it's crucial, it's important for us. Yesterday, we heard what the community said with regards to calling the attention of the government to fixing the situation at Okolu. Remember, I was on this very program where I spoke highly of the effort of the government in constructing speed breakers at that particular road, following several calls from the residents and road users that the road was becoming very notorious for recording incidents of accidents and several calamities. And then afterward, the governor acting to their call, the Ministry of Works, under the leadership of Honorable Abdulateef, sprang to action, and then they constructed speed breakers on that Okolu road. But the issue is that it has always been a federal road, right? This was what we have been saying before the speed breakers were even constructed, and that we needed approval and the support of the federal government. So the government, what we did initially was partnering with the Federal Road Safety Corps to get approval for the road to be fixed on a temporary basis. And then the community were happy. They were happy. The people lauded the effort of the governor for coming quickly to their rescue and getting things done to save lives and then properties that were getting damaged, whether through accident or fire disaster on that very road. But I guess on a few days ago, they woke up to seeing some workers from the Federal Ministry of Works coming around to destroy the speed breakers, and then we empathize with them. We agree, we hear them. Contrary to the point that we have neglected them or we are not trying to do anything, I'm trying to address it down. That it's not true. The governor is aware of that issue. We have started stronger relations and communication to that effect with the federal government. We believe what happened was also taken in the best interest of the country, because the argument was that speed breaker was not supposed to be done on that road because it's an highway and it was probably affecting the quality of the road or the design of the road. And then that road is also an ongoing project. The design, the bill of quantity given to the contractor didn't include what was eventually done as a temporary work on that road. But we did that because of the situation and where we could not hold our hands and allow more to continue unfettered. So, but with what happened now, we are imploring the members of the Okolu community to please stay calm. The report about them seeking to go on a violent protest or fighting one another or fighting federal government workers that are working in that axis, they are not palatable. We want to believe that violent protest or taking laws into their hands will only worsen the situation, because at the end of the day, we all want the best for the state and country. It should allow the government to continue on its course of action with what we have started with regards to relations with the federal government and all the concerning authorities. The governor himself has already called for a new flyover to be constructed there by the federal government, and that's what we are currently working on. We believe in no time our cause will be heard and then something more permanent will be done. But in the interim, we want to urge for calm and caution. We also want to let them know that this administration has not abandoned them or has not forgotten them or is deaf to all their cries. But at the moment, we want them to know that all matters now lies in the hands of the federal government. What we continue to do is engagement and relations to that effect to ensure that this issue is being tackled and done with as soon as possible. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. And we've also heard about the reconstruction of the Itamo Gasaka.
Yeah, the work is ongoing.
Yes.
As I speak with you, I was also there yesterday for inspection. They are currently removing the old asphalt on that road. Afterward, they begin drainage works on the two sides of the road before they now put new asphalt overlay on it. The community is so excited. I spoke with some of the residents. They have very high regards for the governor. They were so happy that he came to their rescue at the right time. And then the economic and social impact of constructing that road cannot be overemphasized. It connects about 10 or so communities together. It leads all the way to Madi. So it's a road that connects about Ilorin West local government to Asa local government, as the case may be. He has a police station, several primary health care centers, several traders and shops, and then the numbers of residential houses here can also be counted. So when we are looking at the domino effect, we are talking about a road construction that will affect positively the commercial activities there and improve the quality of life of the people in general. So it's a good one for the community and the state in general.
Thank you very much. And well, that brings us to the end of another insightful edition of Kwara Today right here on Flow FM 92.7. Big thank you to our guests once again, Mr. Ibrahim Abdulateef Okolu, the Senior Special Assistant to the Governor on Communication, for walking us through some of the key developments across the state. It's great to have you on the show today, sir.
Thank you very much. It was my pleasure.
Thank you very much. So remember, Kwara Today is about keeping you connected to governance and ensuring your voice remains part of the conversation. Join us again next week, Wednesday, by 11:30 for another edition. Same station right here on Flow FM 92.7. Thank you for staying with us. Until next time, stay tuned on to Flow FM 92.7.